Hello learners, welcome back for Art Magic. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I will warn you that my screen that I'm looking at in order to see what you're seeing is over here. So when you see me looking over here, it is really me just looking at what you can see right here in front of us. Okay, so today is it says 17, but actually, Miss Russ, that should say day 18. So wherever in your sketchbook you are finding room for day 18. The artist that we're going to learn about today is an illustrator. The name, it's kind of cut off for you, is W.E. Hill is the name. And he created this piece right here. And then this is kind of an interesting story, and I'm curious about your perspective. So first off, let me tell you what you're looking at, and then let me have you think about some things. So when you look at this piece right here, he titled it Wife and Mother-in-Law. So when you look at this, you can see both an old woman and a young woman all in the same picture. And I am going to help you by pointing out where the eye is. And that should help you see both the young woman and the older woman. So if you look right here, you can see the edge of the eye of the, Miss Russ, you just turned your slide. This is like her eyelashes, and then this is like her nose, and then this right here is like her cheek line. Okay, that's the younger woman, right? So this is a necklace and her coat that she's wearing. Okay, now, if you go from seeing the younger woman, and then I want you to look at what the younger woman's ear is, and now I want you to realize that this is the older woman's eyeball. And so this is the older woman. This is her hair, so they both have the same hair. But this now becomes the older woman's nose. And then this is like the nostril. And then this is the mouth of the older woman and the chin of the older woman. And then she's got like some sort of kind of like hat piece here as well as this hat piece here. And then these, like that's her shoulders right there. So that's kind of the difference. So the younger woman and the older woman. Okay, now. This artist right here published this back in like 1915 or so, long time ago. But there was actually an earlier version of this found, and that's what you're seeing here. This was a postcard, a German postcard that was found. So because they are so similar, the chances are that this artist saw this postcard and then recreated the artwork. Now his actual like drawing skills and everything are really great, but then it becomes a question of, is this art? Like, would this match our definition of what art is in the art room? And to help you think a little bit more about that, let's turn back to last week's Art Magic. So this artist, just like the last artist, saw something and was inspired by it and drew it. And then he went home and created this, right? So do we think of this piece as art, right? He was inspired. He maybe extended it a little bit further. But then how does that apply to this artist? So I'm really curious about your opinions. Okay. But, Miss Russ, we're here to also practice our drawing skills, so let's go ahead and get started. We've been talking about how to draw animals, but guess what? Humans are animals too, so we can use the exact same tricks. So we are going to first draw, and I'm going to draw from the view of from the talking of the younger woman. So I'm drawing the younger woman's head, and then we draw in the neck, and then the shoulders are a little hard to see, but if you look at it, you can kind of see her shoulders are right in here. Right? And then once we have that basic information, then this is where I'm going to switch over to my black so you can see what I'm doing. Then I can go in here and I can start drawing in like I'm starting with the hat. And when you're like, Miss Russ, how do you know where to start? Well, just kind of whatever seems to float my boat at the time is kind of where I start, right? Then this kind of comes up and around, and I like to draw in the texture. We've learned that when we draw in the texture, that's another one of our drawing tricks, that it can be easier to draw if we draw in the texture. I'm now going to come in from this hat, and I'm going to see that the edge of the face is going here, and then down and around. right? That there's a line here for her cheek, that this comes down, in, and around, right? And then there's kind of just that peekaboo of a nose right there and of an eyelash. And then I'm drawing in this texture here. It's kind of almost got too small for Miss Russ to fit it all in. We've got the texture of her hair. We've got that ear on the side, which turns into the other woman's eye. Right? All right, I'm going to let you guys continue through. Miss Russ is getting distracted and wanting to add to her drawing. I'm going to let you guys just draw in a little bit more detail here. And then when you are done, remember that you will use this to start your artwork. Happy art learning. Bye, guys.